In a world full of noise, we choose meaningful conversations. Conversations that heal, inspire, and build faith. Here at Love TV, we'll be having meaningful conversations, very real conversations, powerful interviews, and faith-based discussions. Here we will discuss family, purpose, relationship, stories, all through the lenses of God's Word. Whether you are young or old, join us every Saturday at 7 p.m. My name is Deborah Baah Quansah. I'll be your host for Real Conversations. In a world full of noise, we choose meaningful.
Welcome to Love Community Baptist Church. Tonight, here is Real Show. I'm here with Deborah. Myself, I am Best Betty Buano, or popularly known as on this show as Maame Adwa. So tonight, we're talking about certain traits and behaviors of marriages. And we're going to elaborate more and give you details and more just. Certainly, it's going to interest you. So many a times, there are certain standards that families set, and we are prone to tune into their standard. Have you ever imagined what family standards may be and what the stress one has to go through? Do you also know that sometimes the women and the men sometimes force themselves to go to the extra mile to meet it? Tonight, we're talking about wedding expenses. Yes, wedding expenses. So Deborah and we're going to elaborate more on it and then give you the gist. Hi, Debbie.
Hi.
How have you been?
I've been good, and you?
Very well.
I hope your week was good.
Not bad at all.
Okay, so I think we wanted to delve in on the issues. I think today I was at a wedding as well.
Oh,
so
amazing.
every Saturday people keep getting married and all that. And one thing that also keeps other people waiting is the expense involved.
Yeah.
People look at maybe the car is going to take 20,000 and food is going to cost this. Even now, photography costs a lot. And so it's also deterring others from going into marriage because of the cost of the marriage ceremony.
Certainly.
And so I wanted us to, we agreed that we were going to discuss this and then share our thoughts on the topic marriages today or weddings today.
Expenses, yeah.
I want to start by finding out what was your concept about marriage growing up and how did it change after marriage?
As for me, growing up, I saw marriage as a very beautiful thing and also an area whereby there wasn't so much attention on it. From my area, it wasn't that there's this excitement about we getting on board or when a relative is getting married, the happiness is there. But as to the detail of it, as to how they're going to come about it and how they are going to make it awesome at the end of the day, sometimes baffles us. So we are always getting ready with our shoes and bags and dresses just to kickstart at the venue. But amazingly, what goes into it, no one has an idea about it. Yes.
So when you were a child, what kind of wedding did you think you were going to have?
Mine, it was just like the Cinderella's kind of thing.
You meet your Prince Charming.
Of course.
And then
I had already pictured it already.
Yes.
Like the way I wanted things to go and all that.
Yes.
Like that particular kind of picture was already portrayed. Like I've captured it. I mean, reaffirmed it with my own self as I grew up. But then life just happened.
I think for me, growing up, I think now we don't even hear the pimple.
Not at all.
We don't do that.
Not at all. We don't hear it
anymore.
Yeah.
We don't do that anymore. And I had the idea about probably having this limousine cars, convoy, and then everywhere people. But just like you're saying, life happens. And we realize that not only is the wedding expenses putting pressure on, let's say, people around, but sometimes it puts a strain on the relationship itself.
100%.
And so in few minutes, we'll take a look at a video right here on the show.
Yeah.
We will look at it and then discuss the issues there after we are done with the video. So
stay tuned.
Yeah.
Benita.
Ah, amor, você voltou.
Recebi uma notificação de débito de 4 milhões de nairas. 4 milhões de nairas? Como você gastou isso? Fale.
Eu reservei uma recepção maior pro nosso casamento.
Você fez o quê?
Minha mãe só queria que eu tivesse, sabe, espaço suficiente, considerando que nós acabamos de terminar a nossa lista.
Você continua falando da sua mãe? Desde quando sua mãe começou a tomar decisões por nós?
Ela é minha mãe e, obviamente, que é o melhor para mim.
Você gastou isso? Ela quer? E quanto é o que eu quero? Fale. Deixei bem claro que não quero gastar dinheiro desnecessariamente. O salão que pegamos é grande o suficiente e está bom.
Não vai nem caber, meus amigos.
É o que podemos pagar por enquanto.
Amor, eu não gosto dessa ideia de ficar gerenciando. Tudo que eu desejo é um casamento lindo.
A que custa? Você já se deu o trabalho de me perguntar como estão minhas finanças agora? Você chegou a perguntar?
Veja bem, a esta altura, eu não vou ter um casamento simples, por causa de como estão suas finanças. Casamento acontece uma vez na vida. Então temos que torná-lo memorável.
Quer saber? A esta altura, talvez você e sua mãe devam começar a financiar este casamento, porque é óbvio que não tenho mais voz ativa. Com licença.
Ele tem estado assim, muito bravo desde que voltou do trabalho.
Isso é pra você. Não se preocupe que reservar o salão foi a coisa certa a se fazer. Quando eu vier amanhã, falarei com ele. Eu sei que ele me escuta. Vou garantir que ele entenda que suas irmãs tiveram casamentos tradicionais e religiosos em grandes salões. O seu não vai ser diferente.
Tá bem, mamãe. Sem problemas. Muito obrigada.
Isso é lindo.
É só esse? Tudo é lindo.
E eu gostei da cor. Combina muito com ele. Esse aqui é bom.
Vou enviá-los para a sua tia.
Okay, thank you so much for staying tuned to our show. The video we just watched is about a young man that was interested in a young lady, wanted to marry her, but the young lady and her family had an idea of the kind of marriage they wanted to have. They wanted to have a big and glamorous wedding, but the man wasn't able to support that. They put a lot of pressure on him, and then he had to call off the wedding in the end. And so we realized from the video that there's a lot of people that are doing a lot of things today that is coming out of family pressure. Some families are thinking about their names, they are thinking about their reputation, and they feel like it is just tied to a big wedding. It is just tied to being known as the one that spent a lot on their wedding. Sometimes, do you think it always comes from a bad place, like wanting to spend on your wedding?
Most of the times, I am picking it from the area whereby in the family, maybe a relative has gotten married and they saw how it was being projected or how it all came about. So they always want to do exactly how the first person did it, or perhaps there is going to be more extravagant.
Okay.
Certainly,
okay.
Yeah. That's how they always want it to be.
So let's say, what about people that can actually afford the big weddings?
Oh, there is a saying that cut your coat according to your size. So if you are cutting your coat according to your size, you don't have to look at what others are doing or what your family standards may be or might go beyond it. You always have to know your pocket. In as much as we are talking about this, or the family is insisting on a particular thing, you have to check your own self. Like, Akosia has done it like this, so am I supposed to do it like the way Akosia? No. You have to check your own budget before. Yeah.
I think that sometimes we think more about that day and not the rest of the
Most at
marriage.
times.
We are thinking about what people are going to say, how they are going to view the marriages.
Yeah.
But it's nothing really about that, but about the long journey ahead.
Yeah.
If you have the money and you want to spend,
Buy luxury. Just go luxury.
just go for it. If God has blessed you, you can afford the wedding.
Yeah.
I think there's a financial rule. I saw it somewhere that if you can pay for it 3 times, then you can buy it. You
Of
can
course,
afford
yes.
it. Yes. And so the kind of wedding that you want to have, if it is such that when you are done, you would still be comfortable, it's a dream for you, it's a self-actualization state for you, then by all means go for it. But if you can't afford it,
If you can afford it, just check your pockets.
just check and then start looking at other things.
Yeah, other
at the end
alternatives.
of the day, Maame is here, and I can't tell from looking at her whether her wedding was big or small.
Oh no, it wasn't.
Because at the end of the day, you see the person wearing the ring.
Yeah.
And it is not written over them whether they had a big wedding or a small
No.
wedding. And so don't feel down if you don't have the biggest weddings in your
At all.
families.
At all.
Do you think the young men are waiting on marriage because of marriage expenses?
Yes, I think that's now the trend is becoming more of a headache for many guys, is because they are so much afraid that if they should go ahead with this marriage, so I'm going to use all my
Savings.
my savings for this one day show. But you the partner would always have to, adjust to the situation. Yes, before a woman will go into the marriage itself, I always say that you have to be somebody who is working. You have to have your own money. The excitement of you eating your own money,
It's nothing compared.
no, nothing compares to that joy. So in as much as you are in a marriage and all that, once you are working, both of you are able to adjust to certain situations when they approach you. But then in regards to our generation, the Gen Zs, as always, they are despite and each other big men had gone into a certain tone. So these days they always want to position themselves. They are not
At
doing
a certain
exact,
place.
they can't do exact thing, but then they want to be in between, better still or more. They just want to fit it right, so
Yes.
that at the end of the day, one won't say that, uncle you.
I've been left out or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. What are some of the things that you think people spend on and they should not concentrate on?
Come in.
What are some of the things that you think people spend on when it comes to weddings that is not really important? It just become a trend and everybody's following it.
So most especially, it's centered on the gown
Yes.
for the women. Our guys there, it's just one suit, one nice
Yes.
suit, and they are off. But for us, we are looking at our outfits, our deco. We are looking at the food. We are looking at photography and all that.
Yes, everything
Should go to the way they want it, or the way she has pictured the Cinderella thing I mentioned.
Yes.
You get it?
I get
Yeah.
it, I get it. And so, like, even with that, we can sometimes see that some ladies just have seen an influencer's wedding and just wants the exact thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you should just speak to your planner about your budget as well.
Certainly, I agree to it. I agree to it 100%.
Yes.
Like you have to be, the main marriage itself is not in the ceremony. It is after the ceremony. So if your concentration is centered on just the ceremony one day, then you should be able to know that the journey isn't going anywhere.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
because imagine if you have spent all your money on with just one day. I remember one comment that I had on a wedding, said just 2 hours. 2 hours and everything is
Everything is
you are
done.
just left with your man and then yourself, and then the chairs.
Yes.
Yes. So if you don't go according to the society, and you do it in your own pocket, I think at the end of the day you'll be laughing
Yes.
in the marriage. Yeah.
At the end of the day, there shouldn't be strife in your marriage, you shouldn't be thinking about loans and other things that
No.
you've gone to take. It should be securing your future. That should come first place. And be open about your budget for your wedding. This is how much I think I can afford for this wedding. This is what we are working with. If it is not a matter of life and death, there are certain things you can cut out.
Yeah.
Just so that you are not under pressure. Let's talk about social media and the role social media is playing
In marriages.
in marriages
Yes.
today.
I think now we don't even have a small wedding.
No.
No. Because once, let's say, a blogger hits onto your program, you should know that you are trending already.
Yes.
Regardless it's being good or bad, or even according to your budget, they will still want to, throw it out there for people to, know that you got married, and then the in and out about it. These days, I think that the social media thing is taking a whole lot about marriages, because we put it out there for them to write our results.
Yes.
Yeah, you put it out there for them to write our results, but in the normal sense, it's not supposed to be like that. Something that is supposed to be praised, it is supposed to be honored. You understand? Not to be ridiculed at.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say about maybe partners, like when it comes to family pressure, standing in for the person that you are married to? In the video that we watched, you realized that the lady was siding with her family.
So I remember in the same video, I realized that when the pressure started coming, mounting on the man, and then along the line he collapsed, and he was taken to the hospital. Then the in-law came to say that, oh, now I would have to listen to you and tune into your budget, because the man in question has you in the future and not the present life. You understand?
Yes.
So in as much as the family are going to tune
Some
into,
pressure.
some mount up pressure on you, the one in question have to find a way around it and say, affirm to your family that I'm looking at tomorrow. I'm not looking into the present life. No. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it goes both ways. In this case, you are seeing it go for a man. There could be times where the man is the one wanting the big wedding because of his reputation, and sometimes they should also understand when. I think the Bible even talks about it. Can two work together
Except they agree.
They agree. So you should even be able to agree to the kind of wedding that
You want.
to have. Now you have content creation you have to pay for. You have shoes that are costing a fortune. You have decor taking so much from you and all other things. I think at the end of the day, the only thing you send home is your rings and probably your gifts.
Exactly. So if you've been given an expensive ring, that in the future, when it comes that, you should focus more on what you are taking home, like you rightly said. So the thing that you are taking home that is going to be with you forever, then it means a lot has to go in there. Certainly on the ring. Maybe in the future, when, let's say, the two of you have set up a business and you need a backup plan, you can equally sell your rings and fuel it in the business, and then later when it's up, then you kickstart again and get a new one.
Yeah,
Nobody is going to watch that
at all. The rings could come as just like I saying, like a backup plan. So it's kind of an investment.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you invest more in the ring, you know that at the end of the day,
I
can just trade it for something else.
Something
better. Yeah.
I think we should also. What do you think the church can do about it? Like now, think for something we've been discussing in church about how Christians are supposed to be the light, and this new thing that we are seeing with people having weddings that they can't afford. I believe that God is calling us to also shine our light in those areas.
Exactly.
So what can we do as Christians?
So I remember in those days, like the the Orthodox churches had one church that in question, Pentecost, has their standard. So they will certainly have to go in there, watch everything the man has, to know that the one in question can be able to take care. I think in that area, that was just it. That was okay. You understand? Just knowing that, oh, the man has a place that the woman can lay or take care of the family in that regard. It was okay. But as at now, I can't bet on that. That they would go out there, the leaders or the church will go out there, and they only, most of the time, they only back you with prayers. As to sometimes they don't even know, if you don't bring the subjects to them,
they can't
even come in and advise.
And that's one thing that I feel like probably we are failing as a church, or it has become a norm where the church doesn't have so much influence on people's marriage. It's true, it's a union between the two of them, but they are also to be able to give their own honest reviews on like what you said is very true. They rather rely on, sometimes they rely on, I rather pray for about you, but I think some checks at the beginning saves a lot. Sometimes they say a stitch in time saves nine. So when you're able to see that, at least you can give your opinion. Oh, I think this kind of budget for the wedding for such a couple would all be favorable.
Yeah, I chanced on one pastor that is quite young recently. He got married, and amazingly, everybody had a way of, looking at that pastor's wedding. But to your surprise, he just went to meet the family, wear his normal shirt, and then the next day, he came to church with the wife.
That's all.
That's all. But then, these days, if you do it at church and even you don't even share snacks or anything, hey,
people will talk about it.
They will ridicule you like never before. But not knowing, they are just looking at the present state. They're not looking at tomorrow.
Yes. Aside that, I think that we can start highlighting weddings that are done simple.
Yeah.
One thing that has kept big weddings up there is the fact that we hype them up. We go and we like their pages. We go and we share them. We go and then we leave comments under them.
Yeah.
I think that in the same way, we can also praise people who go according to their simple style, so that other people can also toe that line without feeling like they're going to be left out. With time, it could also become the norm. Simple weddings could become something that people are actively pursuing. So even in church, are you just attending the weddings that has big names on them? Are you just attending the weddings with
at times they will just look at your the way you come to church and the way you do yourself and say, oh, Osimesi is his wedding crowd or not even and you get it. But rather they have a kind of a particular member in the church that hey, her wedding, they are all eager to be there.
Yes.
But meanwhile it's not supposed to be like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do better as Christians, and notwithstanding the fact that sometimes aside getting married, like the pastor she mentioned, there's an expense that is going to go into it one way or the other. How do you save towards that? How do you prepare for the day? And I'm asking because you are married. So getting on to the time, how do you prepare so that you are not under pressure?
Okay, so I always say this, and if I'm advising anybody out there, why would you go into a journey and not having at least a 5-year plan? You know, as I will always use my line of business into whatever conversation I'm factoring in, because the future is so broad. So if your partner, instead of you taking flowers and gifts, you have to always make certain decisions with your partner that the journey where we are embarking, we should factor that, oh, at the end of before we embark on this journey, we are getting a 5-year plan, a 5-year investment. You should save towards that. And even as a woman, you should start saving even before you enter into the marriage. Yeah, so that in case of any uncertainty, you can just bring your own just to support it. Yeah, so the saving factor and then the planning always matters. You understand? Yes, you have to save more That's it.
Maybe you have timelines for
Yes.
yourself.
So if you have decided to go in for, let's say, in the next 5 years, maybe you are 20, and the next 5 years you want to get settled, then you have to start planning now.
Yeah.
Get an investment plan that would help you. These days, our generation don't want that.
Yes.
They want it cash in the month.
Cash and carry.
Yeah, no. You have to start saving.
Yeah.
Save before the if they happens. Yeah.
Yes. I think she has done a good job at selling herself. So maybe you can buy one of her policies.
Of course,
maybe
that's
people
always.
can start having wedding policy.
To
help people.
Yeah, because we
plan
have an investment that would help a lot of our generation today. And in my line of area at Prudential Life, we say that we have a product called Pro-World Plan. It's an endowment packet that helps you plan your future. So in the next 5 years, you know you are going to get married. This plan is going to help you.
Okay.
You know that your kids are going to go into school. This plan is going to help you. So before the journey begins, you have already set your plan.
Starting on a good note.
Yeah. And that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. So you start early, you plan early, and then you kickstart.
That's nice. That's nice. Yes, so if you have any questions, if you have any opinions you would like to air, kindly leave them in the comment section.
Yeah, we are waiting.
We will follow, we will read it out, we will discuss your questions and then give you advice the best way we can. What are some of the bad decisions that you think people make when it comes to weddings?
Most importantly, in that area, I would factor the kind of outfit they always want, because that's the kind of outfit, the decor. So instead of them getting a standard caterer for stuff, they end up going for the outrageous one. You get it. So such area has to be focused on. So that's one of the two areas that takes a lot of the wedding.
Yes. And what do you have to say about vendors today?
What a question. Vendors today, we beg you. I have to start begging them in advance, or maybe better still, after me, those that are coming on board. We beg, please come down. We understand that now the generation has transcended, and that we need to, go the higher ways. But we beg you that if somebody comes in with a certain budget, please just accept the budget and then do something nice and simple. Yeah.
I think that now when you speak to vendors, you might even change your mind about the wedding.
The whole thing. I tell
uh-huh.
you. That's another feedback.
It really costs a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes for some of them, it's because of where they feel they have gotten into and other things. And we bless God for your lives, like how you are increasing and all that. But I think that sometimes we should also endeavor to be kind to some people at some point in time. Like,
say that again.
I know your products are expensive and all of that, but sometimes can we work with people's budgets so that we don't end up stretching them too much? Sometimes you know that there are certain things they don't need. Be honest with your clients, and I know that will come a long way. You know that they can forgo this and use this,
the alternative, but you still insist that they should use
exactly
that.
Because of the money that you are going to get from it. Because of
that shouldn't be the case at all.
That shouldn't be the case at all. That shouldn't be the case. Always you are looking at, she can have one hair and you can do a different style for her trad and a different style for the wedding ceremony. But you're thinking about the fact that you want to sell your hair. And so you tell her that, this one will not be enough. Let me use this. You know that some things, they may not even use it on their day. But you still sell it for them. You still end up selling those things for them. At the end of the day, if you're a Christian, it's your integrity that is
It's a
in
stake.
question.
Yeah.
So let's shine the light of God wherever we find ourselves, and then God will bless us all. Amen.
Amen.
We are going to delve into questions now. We have some questions in our comment section.
Okay.
And the first question says, what budget range should we expect for a standard wedding in Ghana? I think I saw somewhere they said 70,000.
Okay.
Do we think it's good, or it's too much, or it's moderate, or
It's for me. If looking at, I always want to factor your background. You know, you have to know where you are coming in for. In as much as it's on the high side, it can also be on the low. So 75,000, yeah. Hey, that's crazy. Even the minimum. Oh.
that's the minimum? Because by the time you are inviting, let's say 300 clients, 300 guests,
Yeah.
and now food is costing like 60 cedis per head, you are already there.
Gone. Half of them, 75,000 is already
It's
gone.
already gone.
Yeah.
You're around 18,000 ish just on food. And so sometimes the budget is really based on the couple, but I'm
Okay.
using a principle probably I saw online where it spoke about the fact that if you can't buy it 3 times, it means you can't afford it.
Yes.
So whatever budget range you are working with, can you have 3 times of that money? Let's say I want to spend 70,000. Do you have 210,000 in
there,
your account?
exactly.
So that at the end of the day,
I think we have a question here.
okay.
So Nana Yao J says, why are men often expected to bear the biggest financial burden
Okay, so
of a
before
wedding?
we come to that,
Yeah.
let's just conclude on the first part.
Sure.
So on the budget, I think you should discuss with your partner. Let them know your stance on the wedding that you want to have.
Yeah.
At the same time, make sure that this is something that it's money you can throw away literally.
Without any crying. Yes.
You won't go home and go and cry.
No.
At the end of the day, I can also advise, there are people that, just like you spoke about the investments, they've done investments that they are using their investment to fund their wedding.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's not them really spending money from
Not
their
at
own
all.
pocket. So if you can't pay 3 times or 2 times what you are going to spend, then you can't afford that kind of wedding.
Not.
Let's go to Yao J's question.
Yeah. So he asks that why are men often expected to bear the biggest financial burden? Hey, the men.
Yes. Why do they pay for everything when it comes to the wedding? They'll buy and even buy their own suits, their own everything. They'll buy food, they'll pay for food, they'll pay for her dress, they'll buy the dowry, it looks like, and on that day too, they'll tell them that they are going to bring the bride, the airplane has crashed, they need more money and all that.
Can you imagine that?
Yes.
Thing always have a way of putting me off in that regard.
It's embarrassing.
It's
like
so embarrassing. But then I will factor this into it in a sense that I always want to talk about partners. Who are you getting married to? So if you are getting married to, certainly along your courting tenure, you have already discussed how your things are going to be, and you are not born on putting so much burden on the person. So you have to help your partner. I believe in helping your partner, not just leave everything on him. I believe in supporting that area as well, because once you are able to help the person, at the end of the day, he feels so appreciated. Yeah. So it depends on who you are getting married to.
Yeah, I think it's culture. It has to do with culture.
Yeah.
And a bit of our understanding biblically. So maybe from the Bible standpoint, it looks like he who finds a wife finds
a good thing.
So it's more about the man finding. The man becomes the provider and the protector in the home. The man is the one that goes and says, this is the woman I want to take, and this is the one that I want to take care of.
Yeah.
And so from biblical standpoint, that is why maybe we often attribute the financial burden to the men,
Yeah.
because you are the one going to buy it. For instance, if you walk into a shop and you are going to get a product, you don't expect your your shop attendant to pay for it.
Not at all.
You are going to get that particular product because you can afford it.
Yeah.
It is not to say that you are buying the person that you are getting married to, but that is the whole idea behind the marriage, that the man is living to cleave, and living to cleave is not free. You would have to
At all.
pay for it. So
You have
I
to-
think that is from the biblical
Point of
view.
yeah.
What has to do with culture is also the fact that the man is seen as the provider. The man is seen as the one that
yeah.
the one that takes care
Of
of
the family.
these things. And so the dowry, in essence, too, it's like you decided that this is the person I want to go in for. So that is the culture base for we deciding that, oh, a man should pay for
it. Yeah.
However, this was when women were not working. This was when women were at home and they were being groomed to become people in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
In those days. In those days. So those systems were able to run because even the person that you are expected to support the wedding cannot support the wedding. You are the one that is going to work. But thanks be to God, now we have women in the marketplace. We have the women doing businesses and other things. And I believe in supporting the person if you genuinely think that his strength is not enough to be able to handle it. So I think it's just culture that has taught us that the man is the one that is supposed to do it, and the fact that he's
and then even the Holy Book made us understand, the Bible, it tells us about man being the head of the family. So as a head, you lead. And the neck follows.
We are always following until it's not favorable for us anymore. And so I think that is why men are found to be paying for most of the things. But I don't think there's anything wrong with you supporting as a woman. And if you're a man out there, we are praying for you that God will give you the grace to be able to give as you have been commanded to.
Exactly.
We are in the world today and there are lots of ideologies going around. We are having more women become bosses and become feminists and become strong and feel like they don't need men. And we have a lot of men thinking that, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. The women should also do some. Please, let's not stop the order. Let's all play our parts in a nice way, and God will help us. Amen.
Yes. So one more last question. It's coming from Nanayo again. Who benefits most from extravagant weddings, the couple or the society? This one there.
Who benefits most from an extravagant wedding? I think it's the society.
I tell you.
Because I'm just in my house. Probably I won't even sew a new dress.
But you are putting pressure on me to sew a new dress.
And if I don't even end up sewing a new dress and I come for the wedding, I'm getting souvenirs for free. I'm eating for free. Oh, I get to take pictures. I'm at a new location.
Clock it.
Yes. So I think extravagant weddings, that's a lot
the society,
for the society. They end up benefiting most from
it.
Except you are somebody in the public eye that an extravagant wedding is going to put you in the limelight and is going to help your business. But if not, I think it's just our families. I think I watched a video where they said it is your marriage and our wedding. So the wedding is for the family. They are having their wedding, but the marriage is yours. And so the big wedding is not for you because it's the person you are taking home. And that is your joy. But there are other things there. You may not even eat some of the food. There are certain parts of the ceremony you may not even get to enjoy. The decor, when they are done, you don't take the things home. Like nothing. It is just the people around. Except maybe from our comments, people have other ways they think other people can benefit from the wedding. Are there any other questions?
No, not at all. I think the last one is coming from Terry IK. Okay, so what budget range should we expect for the standard? I think we've done that.
We've done that.
Yes. And that'll be all for now.
That'll be all
for now.
And so tonight, I think we've had a lot of discussion.
Yeah.
As we were discussing, I felt like maybe we should have vendors here one time
Of
to
course, I think
discuss,
for them to come on board and then
and give us their own personal
experience, yeah.
when it comes to weddings, the good, the bad, and the
ugly.
Yes, so maybe we would try and do that as we are in this kind of wedding seasons.
Yeah.
And so tonight it's been real talk. We've discussed wedding expenses today. We've discussed family pressures. We have also discussed budget making and all of that, the strife that it comes with.
Yeah.
Who benefits from a big wedding. We've discussed about a lot of things that I believe is going to help us. But at the end of the day, it is your wedding. You call the shots. Don't let anyone put pressure on you.
Not
Don't
at
let
all.
anyone even make you feel bad that you did a big wedding if you could afford it. And so let's not just be compiling bills on ourselves just because of a wedding. Do it according to your means, and God will bless your union in the end. And so if you enjoyed tonight's show, kindly share the link, leave a comment, like our pages, and follow us on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on TikTok. And we'll meet next week to discuss more and more interesting topics. My name is Deborah Baah Quansah, and I'm your host for Real Talk, and she is...
I'm Betty Osubuano. In here, you can call me Maame Pokua.
Okay, so have a wonderful evening. On Monday, we'll meet for Spirit Word at 7 p.m. Stay tuned. Bye. In a world full of noise, we choose meaningful conversations. Conversations that heal, inspire, and build faith. Here at Love TV, we'll be having meaningful conversations, very real conversations, powerful interviews, and faith-based discussions. Here we will discuss family, purpose, relationship, stories, all through the lenses of God's Word. Whether you are young or old, join us every Saturday at 7 p.m. My name is Deborah Baah Quansah. I'll be your host for Real Conversations.